Hello everyone and welcome back for some more no-suit survival here on Triton. Today we're going to get more or less, well not more or less, but we're going to try and get as much of our interplanetary shuttle done as possible. I think it should be doable within 2 episodes. Oh, there's a Reaver over there. But I just wanted to start off today with showing how I've decorated the turret here. So that's using the retro future armor here to give it a bit of a metallic look on these exterior bits. This here is the silver skin I've used for the barrels, so it just gives it a fairly distinct color difference of where the main barrels are, where the body connects to the ground, and then I've added some snow texture to the walls around it so that it feels like it's attached to the terrain a little bit more. That's the kind of polish that I'm probably aiming to go for the rest of the base, but this build is like nice and small, so it was quite easy to get done. So I think I'm going to call that turret Dunzo. That's like the first thing on here which we've properly finished. Yeah, so anyway, now that that's done, I could maybe even go and annoy that Reaver and get it to fly over here. Could give the turret a test run. Maybe I'll give that a go. I'll take it out in the rocket. I'll take this out for a spin. See how close we can get to it. I think I have an antenna on the capsule, which if I up the broadcast radius, the Reaver should be able to detect it. So let's see if I can go and lure that into my base. And then if that ends up being successful, we'll have some more bits. If not, we'll just get back to working on our little shuttle. And one of the things I wanted to point out today is I've added a spotlight mod. It doesn't actually add any spotlight blocks. There we go. Nice. Attracted its attention. It doesn't actually add any spotlight blocks, but it does change the way that spotlights work in just like the basic block itself. So they have dramatically increased range. There's no fogginess that comes out of the light. It's pretty much designed for if the spotlight was working in a vacuum, so you wouldn't get the normal foggy look of the spotlights if there was no atmosphere for the light to be dispersed by. So in that sense they are just nice and clear. They have huge range and they don't have the black bars that you normally see in other spotlights, so because they have those like little shadowy shutter things on the front, you don't get that effect anymore. So I think if I can actually turn on the spotlights here, although we're in the daylight, but you won't be able to see it really well. But I could fly over to like the dark side of the mountain and I'll show you how much of a difference it makes. It's absolutely gigantic. So spotlights normally, I think the largest one on large grid can go up to maybe 160 meters or so, but the largest one for large grid now can go up to 1 kilometer. So there is a huge difference in lighting there. So that could change up how I want to do some lighting in the base, so I have a few more options to make it look pretty. Now that is massive. That's good. So hopefully I'll be able to bring that down with my fancy new turret here, which we should be able to see in action in a second. Should start firing any second now. So we're nice and safe in our safe zone. The question is, can we get that turret to fire? There we are. It's locked on. That should just bounce off of my safe zone. It shouldn't be allowed in, I think. Oh, it's damaging the mountainside. That's lovely. What I might do is I might go down and manually control the turret. That way I'll be able to do some serious damage to that thing. That's not going to fall out. Okay. Can also probably attack it a little, harass it a little bit in the necks from inside the shield. Take out some critical systems. Bring it down. So let's see, can we get a line on that? Yes, we can. let's see how much damage we can do to that. It's a little hard to tell because there's some distortion effects from the safe zone. I've got plenty of missiles. I made a point to produce about 500 or so. So we should be alright just to spam this thing. Oh, I think that's attacking the Achilles. That would be really irritating if it was. I think that's trying to shoot through the ground there. Its antenna's gone down. So let's have a look, see if we can find anything in the Nix. And it'll be in the dark, so we'll get to see our spotlights. That's flying around, no. Yeah, that's definitely going after the Achilles. Oh, that is a pity. My poor Achilles. It's unfortunate I couldn't fit that into the safe zone. It's a bit irritating though. I'm surprised that it behaves in this manner. It should have just gone after whatever the vehicle was that it initially locked onto. So it should have still been locked onto my rocket, I think. Let's see if we can take out those turrets. It's definitely in range. Oh, I can actually use my spotlights. So if we crank these all the way out, we should be able to see that. I think it might be just outside of the range of my spotlights though. Oh, I do have a blueprint of the Achilles, so if we need to fix that up in the future, we can do that. I want to bring this down. I need to find out what its primary lifting thrust is and then take those out. Need to bring it down so that I can scrap it, ideally. Let's try and aim for that. I think it's all made out of heavy armor, so those are really tough. Just make sure I'm not getting picked at. Come on. I'm amazed at how intact the Achilles is still looking, to be honest. I would have thought it had been vaporized by now. I think that's outside of my range. Okay, now we're getting some hits on it. Ooh! Don't get obliterated. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So that's brought down now. That is remarkably not completely obliterated. I'm quite surprised. So yeah, that's what our spotlights look like now. We've got an absolutely huge range. So let's just clear off all the turrets from this. So there's one in there. Make sure we get rid of that. Once they're all taken out, we can sort of hack into the remote control there, take control of it so it's not going to fly around. Then we'll go and grab the Cyclops and grind this all down. So I'm pretty sure all these Reaver ships are made with heavy armor, which would be quite valuable. And I might just need to scrap the Achilles while I'm out here anyway. Now that that's just completely totaled. I'll just have to rebuild it if I want to stock it in a hangar somewhere. I couldn't fit it in my hangar downstairs anyway, so it was probably just a matter of time before it was going to get attacked by something coming at the safe zone. But And it's really unfortunate that that didn't stay locked onto my rocket. Undock. Parking is not... Ooh. What is going on here? Think that might have something to do with the safe zone causing that clang. Well, I can turn off the safe zone. That'll tell me whether it's a safe zone issue or not. The safe zone is not on, so it is not a safe zone issue. Okay, we can turn that back on. I'll take it's time to boot up. Why? Oh, I know why. It's because it's been affected by my subgrid control script. So these, yeah, all these gyroscopes will be all wonky. Oh. I forgot the safe zone wasn't on. What did I just run into? Well, my arm isn't working anymore, so I think we've busted something on there. What did we damage? Maybe some of that. Our hustle looks fine. Our shuttle looks fine. Hasn't taken any major damage. Ah, I see. We've banged up the wall on our elevator, and we can fix that up easily enough. Okay, that should be all done. And we can just bring this back up to the surface, and we can go and pick up that reaver rack. Let's use my scaffold. Okay, now we just need some lights. We'll put one in there, which I can't quite reach. Let's see if I can crouch around that. Oh, yeah, there we go. And we should be able to bump that all the way up so that we can see what we're doing. Right. Let's get rid of these. And we can make a group out of that on our hotbar. Well, this isn't what I wanted to focus on today, so I might actually just leave this rack here. I'll bring back all the resources that I've grabbed now, but what I really want to do is work on my shuttle, and while I'm doing that I can think of perhaps a better way of scrapping this down. Might even make like a flying grinding platform, just like a large cargo container and a whole bunch of grinders that I can just fly down onto it. Then I can just use that temporarily. I can get rid of it after I'm done with it. That's just going to be for salvage. Maybe I could add some grinders to my rocket or something. I don't know. We will have a think. So, what do we want to work on now? I think it's a good idea to sort out how this piping is going to work. I think I just put this here as an idea of getting a little bit of elevation in this cabin, because I don't want it to all just be on one flat level. Although I might need to for it to be nice and comfortable to stand in. I don't want to get booted out into space if I can avoid that. What I can do, I think, is if I come under here, should be able to work off of the side of that connector, which gives us a pipeline underneath each of the control seats here. So I think I'll need to lift this up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Bring that up. Should be high enough. Yeah, so it needs to turn. I need like a junction that can go back and then oh, I would need 2 junctions. It's either that or we do it off of the back of here, although see that can go up. If we go up here, we can have a pipeline across the top here, pipeline across the top here. Either that or we go through the underneath and have a pipeline come out of the side here, which I think I'd prefer. So if I can, I want to do it there. So that needs to line up with that block there and that block there. So, survival kit. What can we use as a point? That needs to be, well, it's in line, so it would technically work. And then that is going to be a medium cargo container. Do we have room for that? We do. So that fits in there fairly nicely. So let's get those set up. It is going to make the interior a little bit cramped, but that's all in the interest of being aesthetic. And I'm pretty sure that the survival kit takes up about as much room as an oxygen tank, so it should be able to fit in fairly symmetrically. That's really going to cramp that, isn't it? I have to, yeah, we almost have to crouch to get into that as well. Can I could move it back a little bit, but then I've got the door in the way of that one, so that's about as far back as it can get. The question is, do I bring it out 1 block? If I move it back 1 block that way, this will be wider. Actually, what we should do, we should see if the oxygen tank can even fit in here properly. See if it's the same size as the survival kit, which yes, oh, it's a bit smaller, but that's fine. That doesn't matter, we can just use a conveyor frame. And we want to place it like that. So we've got a 3 wide area to walk through in the middle. Now is that wide enough? Get me out.
Energy low.
There we go.
Energy low.
Is that wide enough? Yes, I think that'll do. So then we just need a medium cargo container here and a conveyor frame to connect them. Like that. I think it's probably best to do it this way anyway, as that way I'm pretty sure that these blocks here aren't like airtight, so I'm probably gonna have to put panels on the outside anyway to make it all airtight. Now, do I want to rotate those medium cargo containers so I have cargo access? I don't think so, because they'll look nice on the outside. I could try setting up the glass in the cockpit. That'll give us a bit more of a limitation on what we can and cannot do for a canopy. I think we're definitely going to have some LCDs and like programmable blocks here. Wow, you get really stuck between these quite easily. I have to be careful of that when I'm in space. Not getting caught right there between the two seats. Need something to stop me. I think yeah, so my plan is to have some little like programmable block computer monitor stuff in here. Something either there or perhaps one block forward. Stuck again. Ah! Release me. Okay. So, conveyors. Ooh, actually, I'm a smart man. I can just use that. Why don't I need to go up one more? I can just switch these out. Yeah, that works. So, get rid of that one and that one. Probably. Oh, not that one. That one's a nice. These are all bits that you can see out from. Let me have a look. From the underneath. That is that block in there. Okay, so that needs to be a full block for this to look nice. And that one there can all be armored up as well. So that one's fine, and so is that one. So block there, block there. Okay. I'll hop back on. Right, so my plan here is to use this. So I can just place some lines here. And we need the small ones. So we can have a little bit of a medium cargoes here, and then this goes up to where we have our conveyor system. Piping stuff around. So do we use curved pipes or do we use junctions? I think we're going to go with curved pipes. So then that can hook up to there. But I need some places for air vents to fill up this area. And I guess this is how I'm going to have this. I was wondering where I was going to put this door. I thought I was going to put the door a little bit closer to the cockpit. Well, I technically could still. I could move all of this stuff forward. I could move it forward like 2 blocks and then move this back. You know what? That's fine. I am happy with it how it is. I won't go meddling with it just yet. See if we can get it to all function first. So, yeah. This needs to connect up into here. But I did want to have some junctions for air vents. And I do want to make it closer into that. So instead of going straight out, I think I'm going to go with some curved pieces on here. So that curves in like that. Wonder if I can I fit my mirror on here again? We want this axis. Okay, so that should be doing it on either side now. We need, yeah, that's all filled in, so it won't matter. Okay, so what we could do is we could put a junction here, and then that can go up to our line, perhaps up here. That then gives us connection to where we can put some vents, or we could even put a junction here and then have some vents on it like that. So then this one goes down and meets our other conveyor system. So pipes in like that. There we go. That's a bit nicer. It gives us more wiggle room around here. Kind of. If I can avoid getting stuck in that again and again. So we need 2 of these and like a whole crap ton of these. So how many of these can we fit? Alright, let's just go and whip out all of those to see if we can weld that all up. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to find somewhere to place batteries and reactors, which I did not think about. Reactors. The batteries are the most important one to get in because they're big. So, where are our battery blocks? Oh, there it is. I'm thinking perhaps up here. Although batteries aren't airtight either, are they? No, they're not airtight at all. Can't really do it in the floor. We have a nice chunky bit. No. Not that we can do neatly in any way. That's going to be a struggle for airtightness. So I think, yeah, it's going to have to probably be on the roof. We have everything built up on top of that. I'm just conscious. Ooh. I am conscious of whether or not I'll need to crouch to get in here. Because if I need to crouch to get into a seat, I think we're going to have problems. I think, yeah, no, I should be right. My thinking is like, if I get into a seat from right here, it should pop me back into this correct orientation. Right? Can you not? No, you can't, like, push on seats when you're in third person. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So we can make this airtight by using armor in here. For example, like if I have a row of slopes that reach up to the batteries. Just supposing. I think the best block for that might be these. So we have like a row of these. Make everything nice. And then this gives us an attachment point for, say, we could put either glass or panels in this area to hook up to here, which would make that airtight. That should work. Let me bring in my spectator camera so I can see it a little bit better what I'm doing down here. Yeah, so we have a line here. This can potentially be turned into a conveyor line for reactors, perhaps. So we can have like junction, 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 and reactors on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have like 5 on that side. Then that all hooks up. That could work. Then on here we're going to have this area here I'm going to be using for my internally faced thrusters, which I'll need to hop onto the top here again. I have had an idea here. I wonder if I can do it. So my plan is to have like a more square top here, so that this would be 3 merge blocks. 3 merge blocks connecting to 3 merge blocks. So I would just need to change this block here, and that should be able to work. Yes, and does it go back down? It does. I think I like that better than what I had before. Only just. So I think, yeah, we can't really put a shape here. Not unless it's a block. Oh, I can't even do it in spectator mode. Not unless it's one of these blocks going in like that. So, I don't know. I'll leave that for now. Okay, so what's going to be the next step? So most of the core critical components. We just need to find somewhere for reactors, and then space for all our thrusters, gyros and whatnot, which I'm planning on using this area here, although that's just one block. So any of the thrusters that although they'd have to be facing outwards, wouldn't they? I can't have them nicely. If I put in internally hidden thrusters, they're going to have to go along this line here, along this line here, facing on top of here, facing in, on top of here, facing in. So actually I can show you, because I did find a neat little feature. If I grab out my ions, if I place this, we should be able to hit this, and then yeah, we can see the thruster cone. So if we put one there, they would cook each other.
Energy low.
So they need to be up one block more. So we need, let me just turn off those overlays. Overlays off, okay. So do I want to do the armor, or do I want to do the thrusters? I think I want to get the rest of the armor shape done. Or at least the majority of the shape. So then I'll know what sort of area I'm working with, rather than doing all the thrusters and then decorating the armor around it. That makes sense. So let's do the front here. For that, I might actually do the cockpit. I think I need somewhere for spotlights. So I need a nice flat edge like that, and then we can use the offset spotlights because we've got the nice big, beefy, fancy spotlights. So then that would come into some sort of shape like that. And yeah, so there and there. Then we can either do slopes. So slope, slope. Have the spotlights there. Then that gives us what we can, that gives us a space that we can place our windows and our like LCDs. So we can have, we've got room in here for some LCDs, say in this spot here. Place them sort of like that, and then they'd be visible. So what we need to do is get some girders so that we can place a whole bunch of windows. That should work. Yep. Okay. So, grinder, get rid of this, this, and that. Oh. Well, there goes that. Right, that should be still doable. Just need to get in our pieces correctly. So that goes there, and there, and on there. Then we can get rid of some of this stuff.
Energy critical.
Make that line up a bit nicer. Then that needs to be changed at some point. That's easily done. And then get rid of that. That fills in there. Oh, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous to do, isn't it? So we have one there. And I'm gonna need like an external attachment point for that one, right? How? How? How am I gonna make all this line up? Might need the 1x1 face there. And that's probably going to be... Is there a sloped one here that I can... I don't think there's like a 3x... There's no like 3x2 sloped, is there? These are all pointy. I know, I'm pretty sure there is a panel that would be able to fit that. Or I could use like a couple panels. Fit in that space, but I want to see if I can do it with windows first. I think the only option is going to be these slopes. So that would be like that here. I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna hop in the hustle. I think it'll be easier to place them from here. Now that if I don't have to dance around it as much. It should be a little easier to place these. So how am I gonna get that to attach? I think I need a block here, and I need like an attachment point there. So would that be a slope that lines up that? A corner? No. Inverted corner? Maybe? Let's weld that up. Should be able to do those. Yeah. And weld those up. Weld up these on that side. So, does that give us an attachment point for something in there? We need a window. Let's get all of these blocks in here. We want the 1x1 flat, the 1x2 flat, 1x1 face, 1x2 face, and that one. Okay. Aha. I do have room to place stuff there. Okay, so we get a small grid. Oh dear. This is the inverted one, right? I need that. So we need the 1x2 face, non-inverted, that fits in like that. That should work. Okay. So then we just need to do that one. So which block was that? Maybe I need maybe I need some like upwards. Actually, I don't need the mirror, do I? 'Cause this one's already been placed there, right? That should be correct. And then that is its own attachment point for whatever that block is. Can I get my welder and check which block that is? That is a 1x2 face inverted, okay. So G4, Oh, I put them on 5. Okay, so we need... small grid. Why can't I see what it is? Oh, face inverted. Oh, that's the block that we want anyway. Okay, so... Man, it's so hard to see. It's so tricky. I have no idea what it is placing. Just can't quite get a good angle on it. Oh, that looks like it. Okay, so can we fit that in? Yes. Okay, so there's that. Now, do we have room to place one there? Yes, we do. And I should have had my mirror out for that. There we go, that's that. Turn our mirror back on. So that should be a 1x1 slope, if I'm not mistaken. It should be placed like that. Okay. Nice. So what I'll do is I'll weld those up and then see how that's looking, and then I might just put a... We'll see how that looks as a field of view. It looks like it's going to be quite a big field of view. So let's get all of those welded up. I might be able to... Actually, no, I'll just be able to do it in here. So we just need a whole bunch of bulletproof glass and girders. And we should be able to weld that up in the hustle, easy peasy. And then we can put a metallic, just an armor canopy over that. So, okay, so let's pop this down. Get our door down. Let me just make a nice little ramp for myself to hop into. Okay, should be able to hop on. How does this look from in the control seat? Not bad. Okay, so that should be alright for us to then put armor on top of that. So we just need to we just need to line up a whole bunch of armor on there to make that all nice and neat. So what's going to be the best way of doing that? That looks like it's going to be kind of tricky. Can we potentially use panels? Is this a valid attachment point? What can we use? I think I'm going to have to use this block here. So let's see. If we have corner like this, then how do we make everything line up nicely? I wonder if I can change the color. The bright green of the mirror makes it really tricky to see what I'm doing. How can we get this all to line up? Is that what we need? Can we use regular slopey stuff? There we can. Yes, no, it's going to have to be either that or these. Or possibly panels. Man, this is going to get really complicated. Anyway, I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. And then in the next one, we'll try and just quickly complete this and then get on with the other parts. Because I feel like this is going to be quite long to edit together anyway as it is. So we've got a bit of combat at the start. bit of salvaging, and then we've done a whole bunch of work on here. Yeah. Yeah, that should be right. I think I need to fill in those little areas there. Put all sorts of stuff in here. Just regular blocks maybe, I don't know. We can put blocks, we could put buttons, all sorts of stuff. I think yeah, it's probably gonna have to just be these. I think that's gonna be the best way of doing that. So actually I can just sort of, that wouldn't take too long. So yeah, I'll do this, weld these up, and then that'll be it for this first like episode that's going to come out in the middle of the week. So that one there, and then that should come up to there, and then yes, nice. And it's a nice easy shape for once, one that is very straightforward to think about. That is definitely going to be one of these, and that is definitely going to be a base. And I think I could even put, I think I can put, do I still have attachment points here? Yes, I do. I can put like LCDs or lights or whatever. Cool. Okay. Right. That is where we will leave it for this episode. So this is what our sort of viewing angle is going to be like. And we have room around here for placing LCDs, all sorts of stuff. So, thanks for tuning in for this episode, and we will continue, probably get most of the body work done in the next episode. We'll see how we go. So, until then, I'll see you later, everyone.